It's
yes.
really slow. It's not.
This way is
fast.
really slow.
Yep.
So you're going to be having some arm pump going on.
Yep.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Casey Push from Genius Garage here today, continuing the series from my time with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. So, before they let you fly in a fighter jet that can do Mach 2 and things can go boom, they want you to know how to be able to eject and preferably not get hurt. So, this is the highly condensed training and version of egress. How to get the heck out and hit the ground and still have an idea what's going on and have a life ahead of you. Hope you guys enjoy the uncut egress training before my flight with the Thunderbirds.
So, this is emergency parachute training. You ready to go?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Yeah, lead the way.
Sweet.
Hey, you cool if we just leave them with you for half
Yeah,
an hour?
that's fine, man.
All right, we'll
yeah.
be back.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. You can have a seat. Be about 10 minutes in here, and then about 10-15 minutes next door.
Oh, sit up there to see?
Wherever. Yeah, wherever you're trying to film it, whatever angle you go. Alright, so I'm a SEER specialist on base. I don't know if those guys told you much about what we do. We just teach survival school up in Fairchild, Washington, and then here we do combat search and rescue, and then like an additional...
Like mountain warfare training? Anything
Yeah,
like that?
pretty much that stuff. And then my additional duty here is to give emergency parachute training and then water survival. And this kind of refresher for all the pilots that fly. 'Cause they need this training every year. So
They keep current.
They keep current, yep, exactly. So, do you have any background like parachuting or anything like that?
Nothing parachuting, but a lot of familiarity and background around aviation.
Okay.
Aviation, historic airplanes, things like
Too
that.
easy, awesome. Alright, so this is what we'll be going over. So post egress procedures, post parachute opening procedures, and then PLF, parachute landing fall.
Understood.
So, the fall rate of the C9 Canopy is 18 to 20 feet per second or 1,000 feet per minute. So if we punch out at 15,000 feet, about 15-minute ride down to the ground.
Okay.
Some common injuries where you're getting rocket propelled out of an aircraft. So anything that's kind of like loose hanging out is
It's going to be a big impact.
So, yeah, so try not to keep everything nice and tight. That way everything comes out nice and smooth.
Thighs down, seat
Yep.
in.
Yep, exactly. And then the other common injury is on the parachute landing fall or the PLF.
Yes.
So again, nice tight body position, knees driven together so your feet stay together, and then just eyes on the horizon, hit the ground.
Tuck and roll.
Yep, tuck and roll, exactly, yep. Perfect. Here's some kind of last 10 years, you'll be flying an F-16. So in 10 years, 81 ejections, 7 fatalities. And I can tell you that those fatalities are most of the time guys trying to avoid houses and things like that. They just
I understand.
drive
Load it in.
Yep. So ejections are pretty.
What's the minimum altitude depending on trajectory of the canopy?
So you can eject from the runway.
Oh, really?
It's designed to
Get you
give
high
you
enough?
Yep, give you high enough. So
To deploy.
3.8 seconds is the process.
I understand.
Can't be over your head. So yeah, there's actually a picture in here. You'll see a guy ejecting out from the runway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, so the process, so you'll come out and within, like I said, under 4 seconds, you'll have this canopy over your head. If you're under 14,000 feet. So if you're familiar with like a civilian rig, there's a Cypress device, so emergency parachute will fire at a certain altitude. Same type of thing with this. So under 14,000 feet, immediately upon ejection, you'll have a canopy over your head within 4 seconds. And then you'll have what's called man-seat separation. So the seat that you're ejected out in will fall apart, the canopy will come up, and then your survival kit will drop down below you.
Okay, interesting.
So just like this.
Is that a drag chute stage, or is that if you're drag speed?
Comes out, and then there's a pilot chute.
Yes.
The pilot chute will pull out from the harness.
Oh, I see it. It is a drag chute.
Yep, and then when that pulls out, the drag chute pulls out, it'll actually cut a line. I don't have a good example, but it'll cut the line, and then it'll drop the seat, and it'll drop that one-man life raft and your survival kit below you, all in the same process. Sometimes those fail. The seat will 90% of the time fall away, but sometimes the seat kit will get stuck, and then you'll just have to pull a black and yellow handle to release it and drop it.
Okay.
So above 14,000 feet, you'll fall until you hit that 14,000 foot mark, and then that drogue chute will come out, and then the canopy will release.
Understood.
Yep. So if let's say you eject out, you know your altitude at 50, you're at 15,000 feet. So the pilot's like, hey, our altitude, they usually call it altitude speed, and then bail out, and then they'll pull. If you're at 15,000 feet, you only have 1,000 feet to fall. And let's say you punch out, and then you're just falling, and then you feel weightless, like you're free falling.
Yes.
And then you have that ground rush. You can pull the emergency handles to help that canopy come out. All right. So I've been told that when that happens, it's like a 5-second delay. But in that 5 seconds, you're like, oh shit. So you pull that handle, and then it's like that 5 seconds feels like 30 seconds.
Okay.
But that canopy will come out.
That's is that in the event that it's not opening at the time that it should? Or something?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're at, say, anytime above 14,000 feet, you'll hit that 14,000 foot mark, and then it should open. But if it doesn't, and you feel like, oh crap, what's happening? You can pull that emergency release handle. And even if you're like 20,000 feet,
way faster.
Yeah. If you're at 20,000 feet, and you feel uncomfortable, and you can pull it at 16, 17,000.
Right.
It's just gonna override that system.
Understood.
Yeah. This is talking about bailout stuff. So heavy aircraft, so C-130s, larger aircraft,
Yes.
they actually jump out of the plane because there's no ejection process.
Right.
So this is kind of just talking about that. So we'll skip over that since you won't be needing that. And then we'll go over to the opening sequence. So upon chute coming out, all right, this is what's called line stretch and snatch force, or the trapdoor effect. So in a free fall position, you kind of feel yourself pick up, and then that canopy come open. You won't feel that because you're in the seat, so you won't feel that process. But the canopy will start filling up with air, and then you have opening shock. Opening shock you will feel because you stop from terminal velocity, and then that shock should jolt you and be like, okay, cool, I have a canopy over my head. All right, and this is what a fully deployed canopy looks like. You've got the white in the front, and then you got the colors in the rear.
Understood.
All right, then you can go through your canopy descent checklist, just checking your canopy, visor up, mask off, seat kit, checking that, make sure it's hanging down below you. LPUs or life preserver units, which is your flotation device. 4-line modification, so your red toggles.
Yes.
We'll go back up.
We'll go back up.
Yeah. So your red toggles, prepare to land, steering into the wind, and then landing.
And do you have two slight steering controls? I know
Yeah, you have two, and that's your 4-line modification. So it breaks 4 lines.
Yeah.
Since it's a round chute, you don't have a real steerable canopy.
Correct.
But you have the ability to have forward drive and then steer it left and right.
Okay.
All right, so when you're checking your canopy, you're looking up for any twists. So if I look up, one of 2 things can happen if I have twist. I can look up and I can see the twist. I can see a visible twist.
Yes.
I'm just going to pull apart my risers, palms out, thumbs down, pull apart, and then bicycle kick to kind of help that process.
I understand.
The other thing that can happen is I can go to look up, but I'm unable to because those twists are all the way down to my
just help put some impact loads in it.
Yep. So those twists can be all the way down to my neck on the risers, and I'm just going to find my risers, pull them apart, and then hopefully the way my body spins is the opposite direction of those twists. It's very rare that your body's going to turn and twist it more if you're pulling the right direction.
I understand.
And this is that's what it looks like, the twist on your risers.
I see.
Yeah.
And you lose all directional control of that.
Yeah, so you're just falling at that point. You don't have any control over anything. So we want to pull apart as quickly as possible. All right. If I look up and I have a broken line, not a big deal. There's really nothing I can do about it. There's no emergency backup parachute on this. This is all you have. So if you have a broken line, well, cool.
Right.
What you're not going to do is pull that 4-line modification, so you don't have those toggles. You're not going to pull those toggles down. So in
the event of things being broken.
in the event of things being messed up. So
just go with what you got.
Yep, just go with what you got. And the way you're going to steer is you're going to grab the rear risers and pull them into you. So left and right, rear set of risers.
So if you put tension on like the right one, it'll start pulling right?
The reason why you don't want to hit the front or pull down the front is because it'll dump air out of the front and then it'll oscillate the chute.
I see.
Yeah, so you want to
potentially get in a weird degrading oscillation.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you'll tend to oscillate the entire way down, and then it could get worse as you get closer.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hit the ground on an oscillation.
No.
All right. Holes and tears. If I have a hole that's larger than my helmet, I'm not going to pull my 4-line modification. So I'm going to steer with my rear risers.
Okay.
If it's smaller than my helmet, if I look up and there's even 2 or 3 small little holes, I can still pull my 4-line. The reason being is that it's going to dump too much air, and then pulling that 4-line modification, which you see right here,
I see.
you're going to fall too fast.
Okay, I understand.
Line over can occur, or it's called a partial inversion. So when that chute comes out, it'll pancake, and then it'll fill back up with air just naturally.
I understand.
So when it pancakes, a line might get tripped over the top, and it looks like a figure 8. So if I look up, I can trace that line all the way back down, and then I can trace it down to the affected riser. So let's say I trace that line and it comes down to my front riser.
Yes.
Because you'll have lines coming off all the risers, right? So if I pull that riser down into my chest, turn away, do that no more than 3 times. Because once I start doing that over and over and over again, it's going to start abrading that material and cause a hole.
But theoretically, if you pull that, it might slide off.
It might slide off, yeah. So jerking that, it'll slide off and then pop that canopy back open.
Okay.
If it doesn't happen, there's a hook blade knife that's attached to the riser, so you just grab it.
In the orange.
Yeah, in
it
the
just
orange.
slides in.
Yep, it slides in, and there's like a little thread that threads this open. You just rip it, and then this knife will drop down.
And it's tied, so it's not.
It's tied off, yeah. So if you drop it, it's lanyarded off. So just trace that line.
Understood.
The easiest way to do it is to individually grab the line and pull on it, and
Yes.
you'll see the canopy kind of wiggle, and then you cut that line, and then. Yeah, but if we cut that line, no 4-line modification later on in the checklist.
Understood.
A full inversion occurs sometimes when, you're coming out of a high rate of speed, so it's basically inside out in a sense.
Really?
Interesting. So you'll have, this is a correct looking parachute. The parachutist is looking that way and this is his back.
Yes.
So the white's in the front. Now, if this was a full inversion, you'd be looking straight up at this in front of you.
I see.
So the 4-line modification will give us forward drive.
Yes.
If it's correct.
Would in the inversion circumstance, would the lines be twisted?
No, well, you could possibly have a twist, but it's just, it comes out of the chute and you can basically go through the risers in a way where it kind of flips. It's very rare. It doesn't normally happen. So it's improperly packed, but they go through these chutes, every 180 days and they make sure it's packed correctly and stuff. So, but if it's a full inversion, you'll have a reverse drive rather than forward drive. So if there's 0 wind, you'll be going backwards.
Oh, I see.
So you'll kind of think opposite.
Okay. So just go with it and
you're
going backwards.
Pretty much just go with it, feet and knees together, prepare to hit the ground, is what I like to say. All right, visor up for visibility.
Yes.
All right, and then it's also going to hinder taking that mask off, which is, mask is important because if we do end up hitting the water, which you're not going to be flying over water, but these pilots, if they fly over water, it kind of turns into a reverse snorkel, like a straw, so it'll start sucking up water, so you want to get rid of that mask.
You get the bayonets.
So the bayonets on both sides, slide down, knife hand to find them, grab the mask, and then tug it, because you have a comm cord that's attached, so it takes 10 pounds of pressure to just jerk it.
That attaches down by the regulator.
Yep. Exactly, and then you have the cruise system, so you can either do a quarter of a turn on the hose itself, or there's a quick disconnect you can pull out, and then pull that whole apparatus off, and then just chuck it. We don't need it anymore. Just let it hit the ground. It doesn't matter. Seat kit should already be 15 feet below you. All right, so it should go, this will open up right here.
Yes.
And this will drape down. You'll have your survival kit, and then attached to your survival kit, about 10 to 15 feet below that is your one-man life raft.
That'll already be out?
That'll already be out, yep. In the whole man-seat separation process, that'll automatically drop down. Like I said, sometimes it fails. There's nothing saying that you can land, you shouldn't land with this attached to your butt, because you still have it attached. You can still land like that, or you can grab the black and yellow handle, give it a tug, and
if it
hasn't
dropped down.
If it hasn't dropped down, yeah. You can land with it on your butt.
How many black and yellow handles are there for different stages for me?
So, initially in the seat, there's handles. Well, first off, there's the emergency handle where you pull.
That is the ejection.
That is the ejection process, and then there's 2 emergency handles that come out in case the chute doesn't open, and then there's a black and yellow handle right here. See it right there? You can tug to drop this down.
Okay, that's to drop that
So you
one.
basically have 3 handles.
The other 2 were in the circumstance that the seat does not.
The chute doesn't come out.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
And then they'll go over that with you before you get in the bird.
The ejection process is a 2-step process. You got to jettison the pilot jettisons the canopy before.
Yeah, so it all happens simultaneously. So like you're gonna be the passenger. You're not gonna be familiar with you're not gonna be the one that pull the handles. So you're gonna be on the rear. The rear goes out before the front.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because if he went out the way the process is, if he went out before you, the rocket would destroy you. Yeah. So you go out and then he goes out.
Out of curiosity, obviously I'm not touching it, is either person could pull the ejection and both eject?
Yep.
Okay, because I think
it's gonna eject both of you.
In F4s, you could eject each person has to eject their individual.
Yeah, the 16 is if one goes, the other goes.
Right.
So if the pilot punches, the rear will go first, and then it'll go it's like a couple seconds later.
And is the canopy just explosive bolts, and then
so
the airstream
it'll pop off, and then it's almost simultaneously. So it'll look
off
like
the front,
that.
It's just like that. Understood.
Yep. All right, LPUs or life preserver units. You're not going to fly with them. We don't fly with them here because you're not flying over the water.
Right.
It's just one less thing to put on and fit you for. 4-line modification, so you pull those red toggles down if everything else is good. This is going to reduce oscillation and it's going to give you a steerable chute. That 5 to 7 per mile hour forward drive is going to drop you at an angle and give you that momentum to steer the chute.
I understand.
Because if you didn't have that, you'd just be falling
with
the wind. Yeah, you couldn't steer.
Twist.
Yep.
So when you theoretically pull them, you just maintain a certain amount of pressure on them and then one at a time? Or?
Yeah, so they're tacked with like a couple of threads. So you'll pull those and then you'll pop the thread and then they're like up here, so you'll pop the thread and right about here you'll feel tension. Just pull through the tension and that'll pop those 4 lines.
Interesting, okay.
Yep, and then you'll have a steerable canopy. Steerable-ish for a round chute. And then immediately turn into the wind, find the wind and just hold into the wind.
Yes.
And then obviously the wind can change at different altitudes, so just
or
kind of
mountain ranges.
Yeah, mountain ranges coming over like a canyon or whatever. So you kind of look at it. I like to look up at the chute, and then I can see, since it's a round chute, I'll see which way it's indented, and whichever way it's indented, that's usually the way the wind's pushing. And if I look all the way around and nothing's happening, there might not be any wind. And the other method is if you feet these together, you can literally spit down, and whichever way your spit goes, just turn the opposite direction. It works. And then cross-connector strap is going to keep the integrity of the canopy. If one of those canopy release assemblies fails upon ejection, this is going to keep the integrity of the canopy. So, so once you're prepared to land, feet knees together, knees slightly bent, elbows tucked in, because if we have an elbow out, injuries occur. So elbows tucked in, toes pointed down, eyes on the horizon, because we don't want to look at the ground and reach out, because it's human nature to want to reach out and land. So eyes on the horizon, feet knees together, and then you'll get into 5 points of contact, which is balls of your feet, your calf, thigh, butt, and then shoulder, and then just do a roll out.
Okay.
And then hands on the canopy release assembly, ready to release that canopy just in case it's windy out.
Yes.
So if it's windy out and you hit the ground, you'll get jarred across the ground.
I saw the latch on the right, I think is what they have in the 16s now.
Oops.
What was that, Coke 3?
Yeah, the Coke 2s.
Coke 2.
I think it is a Coke 3 now. They're a little bit different. There's like a black line. We have one next door.
You release the top part and then the bottom.
Yeah, you lift up and then pull down.
Understood.
If you're getting drugged, you're probably going to get drugged in your face. It's the nature of the beast, because the way the canopy drags you.
Yeah.
I've never got lucky enough to get drugged like this. I've always been drugged in my face. So easiest way to do it is to trace up those risers, eat a little bit of dirt, and then twist your torso.
Okay,
Flip around.
like grabbing one and then twist yourself.
Yep. And then,
so I had a buddy that just had that happen to him. His whole shoulder was...
It happened to me last summer.
Yeah.
I got drugged pretty good. I hit a dirt devil, and the dirt devil
really?
laid me on the ground. I didn't even see it from like above. I didn't see it, and everybody else was like doing this, and I'm like, I don't see anything. Like, maybe they're talking to somebody else.
Oh, you were like right over it then.
I was right over it, and I got pulled into it. Cause I felt it as soon as I got on top of it. I felt it, but I couldn't see the swirl. Wow. It all looked the same. So, and then I hit the ground, and then it just like started to pick me back up, and I had to release as soon as possible. But I'm getting drugged in my face. I'm trying to fight it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like naturally just like I'm trying to fight this canopy. There's no way you're gonna win against a bunch of wind pulling you. So I just had to flip over and get into this position. So dig my heels in the ground, feet apart, do a hard sit-up, and then release.
Understood.
On our canopies, the ones that we have, as long as you release one, it'll deflate. But that cross connector strap is attached to the emergency, so you gotta hit both of them.
Right, to get it totally.
Yep. Okay. Modified checklist circumstances, low altitude. So here's that picture.
Yeah, look at that.
Runway up. So anything under 1,000 feet, if you know the altitude, just feet knees together, prepare to hit the ground. Don't worry about anything else. So probably not gonna have time for it. Over water, not gonna be flying over water, but we'll touch base on it just in case you fly over Lake Mead or do like a Hoover Dam tour or something if something happens, which is pretty cool. Flying over the water. Steer close to shore as possible, and then keep your feet knees together because we don't know how deep or shallow that water is, so prepare to hit the ground. If it's a low wind day, the canopy is going to come down on top of your head. So the easiest thing to do is honestly find where those colors meet. Because if you look at the shape of the canopy, if I find this band right here, I'm going to be going in circles over and over and over again. So that's why I wanted to see where these seams meet. There's actually like lines in there where you can kind of feel.
Follow the color row.
Yep, and where the colors meet, just follow the color row, hand over hand, and then you'll eventually find your way out of the canopy. Power lines. The power lines that you'll see on the range are those huge, tall, ginormous arms that come out with like 5 or 6 lines coming through. We have this thing called target fixation. So if I look at something, my body tends to go towards it.
Yes.
So if I see power lines, like cool, power lines are over there, got it. I'm gonna steer this way even if it's with the wind.
Yeah.
All right, so get away from those power lines, but if we hit them, jettison our seat kit, there's 2 little buckles on either side. Just pop them both and they'll drop that whole seat kit down. Don't need to worry about it. And then hands on the inside set of our risers and then just oscillate and think thin, and then hopefully you'll slip through those power lines.
Okay.
Trees, steer to avoid, jettison or seat kit. There's not too many large trees out on the training range, but there are a few larger Joshua trees. Just jettison seat kit, visor back down to protect your face, chin tucked into the chest,
Yes.
and then feet knees together just in case you hit the ground, which you probably will out here. So that's it. Any questions on any of this information in here? I'll
No.
go back to our Canopy descent checklist. So Canopy, visor, mask, seat kit, don't have to worry about LPUs. Question, go.
This looks like you either aim to or typically fall on your side. That's why
Yeah,
all
so
the thighs
if I'm coming straight into the ground,
Yes.
what typically is going to happen, if I'm coming straight,
Mhm.
I'm going to go feet, knees, face.
Yes.
And so I want to turn my body
Right.
to the side. So it's really easy to turn and position my body under canopy
Mhm.
and just kind of
Like at that last
torso.
one.
Yep, feet, knees together, and then just roll into it on the
Understood.
side. So yeah, 1 or 2 things usually happen. You just go feet, knees, face, or feet, butt, back. So, but yeah.
I'd like to think my face looks better than my butt. so-
Right, yeah. That's what we hope for. But yeah, so LPUs don't have to worry about, 4-line, steering the wind, land.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead next door, hanging up. Do a PLF and then you'll be good. All trained up.
Hopefully that gets out.
You got chest strap here, something like that, and then, I mean, they'll tell you tomorrow, but
Yes.
if I do like that, that could fail.
Yes, that's
So I
not
just wanna-
understood.
And then underneath your legs, you got a left and right leg strap that attach those
Mhm.
points right there. Same thing, and then give them a good, nice and,
Right.
yeah. You can go a little bit loose here, but in the jet, you want to
Then
be
you
able to
pull
like
it out.
barely stand up.
I understand.
Yep, so you're good. You're good like that.
And then up here, you don't have adjustment of the shoulder part here. Your
No, you
parachute
don't.
straps
They'll,
hold in.
they'll fit you.
Yes.
So your harness will fit you to
And
your
I'll
person.
pull this to the
Yep.
size of the chest.
Yep. So these are just kind of like a training model.
That's it.
Your seat kit will sit right here like so. All right. Your helmet.
Is it just one button?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Up and
on
in,
this one,
okay.
yeah. On this one, you can just let the mask hang off your face so you talk, because if not, you won't be able to.
I understand.
Won't be able to hear you. So just let that hang there, and then if you want to practice, yep.
That's this
Bayonets.
want release here or here?
It's right here. My finger's at. So usually
This?
if you just do a knife.
Oh,
gun,
this.
Yep. There
Got
you
it.
go. Just like that. There you go. Perfect.
Is that good?
And, yep.
There.
It's in. And Concord here, and then for this, your quick
Yeah,
disconnect.
it's Concord. No.
Yeah, Concord's connected.
Understood.
Yep. So quick disconnect is
Is the pin?
yep. Pull it
No,
out
no,
and up.
out.
Or you can just grab this, push it in, and then. Cord
Got it. And that's in a trapezoid shape, so it's one way.
Yep.
Got it.
Too easy. All right, I'll have you step up on the stool.
This way, sir? Right.
Face me this way. There's a control bar right here. Stability. All right, go ahead and sit back. I'll release this. All right, so we punched out of the jet.
Yes.
You go to look up at your canopy, but you're unable to. What does that tell you?
But I can't look
You
up?
can't look up. What does that tell you? What happened? You got twists.
Yeah,
Twisted
thank you.
riser. So what are you gonna do to fix it?
look around, see what's going on.
Pull,
Grab up.
palms out, yep.
Fancy like
Go
it.
ahead and pull apart, bicycle kick out of the twist, yep. Yeah, fix the twist,
Yeah.
you look up, you got a good canopy. Go ahead and go through the rest of that canopy descent checklist. So canopy,
Yes.
visor's already up,
Yes.
mask off. All right, grab
Up
that. Yep, the crew system, go ahead and grab
Up
that. Up and out, yank the whole thing, concord off, chuck it, don't need it. All right, canopy, visor, mask, what's next?
Get the
Seat kit.
seat kit.
Seat kit, we'll
it's
say it's hanging down
dangling
below
enough?
you, it's
Yeah.
good to go. All right,
This is be here.
that would,
That's
so this
not
is
the
gonna be
thing to
here.
do,
Yeah, this would be incorrect. You would pull this handle, but nothing's attached to it right now.
Okay.
So we'll just
But
say
this is the handle to release
that's
the
the
seat
handle to
kit,
release.
if it's
Just give
still
it a
in.
good yank,
Okay.
and then it'll drop it down below you. This
Okay.
will basically open up.
Yes.
This piece will still be sitting there, but everything else up in this kit will
Understood,
drop
to
down.
open it.
Yep,
Okay.
it'll open it up. So we'll say it's all hanging down below you. We're good to go.
Yes.
All right. LPUs, if you had them on, would be inflated, or you would pull. There's a little cord you can pull to
For
inflate
the
'em.
water.
Yep, the water, but you won't be wearing them, so don't have to worry about it. And then now is your full line modifications. You can reach up to those red toggles.
Oh, back here, huh?
Yep, those red toggles are right there.
So pull them down to the.
Yep, just pull them.
So this is the point where.
You'll break those 4 lines in
Right.
the back, and then that'll give you forward drive.
I
So
see.
now you can steer.
So
It's
if you
gonna
dump
be-
it out at the back, you'll move forward faster, but down faster.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
And
so
then
you-
otherwise you pull.
Yeah. So if you weren't able to pull these,
Mhm.
you would just pull down on these risers right here, the rear set.
If you were unable to pull.
If you're unable to, so
Okay,
you had
so
a,
if
you had a
they're-
broken line or
Yes.
if you had a hole, you're not.
At which
gonna
point
touch
you would
those.
just
Yep,
steer
just
like
like
this.
that. Yep.
I understand.
And it's gonna be slow. You're gonna be like this. If you're holding on, you're gonna be like this. It's
Yes.
really slow. It's not.
This way is
fast.
really slow.
Yep.
So you're going to be having some arm pump going on.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yep.
but otherwise this is in the rear.
Yep. And then you just steer. So you steer. You usually keep them up here, and then
Yeah.
you steer nothing below.
Oh, usually
your
you're up higher
shoulders.
typically?
Yeah.
Hanging
And you'll
on?
have tension. You'll have like 5 pounds of tension on there,
I understand. Just like.
Yep.
Yeah.
and you'll steer just like this. Nothing too crazy, because then you'll start
Then
oscillating.
I get all kinds of nuts.
Yep.
Understood. That'd be flailing about anyway.
Yep. All right, and then you're coming down, feet
Yes.
and knees together. All right, for power lines, what are we gonna do?
Power line. You got to jettison this.
Jettison this, so go ahead and jettison.
Yank
It's
it.
right here, nope, right there.
Oh, this.
Yep, on both sides. That'll release the whole thing, because at that
Okay.
point, I don't need it. I don't
Yeah,
want it,
forget
because
it.
I'm gonna get caught up. Yep. And then think skinny, so hands on the inside set of your front risers.
Understood. Just get
And then
down
just
in like
kind of
this.
oscillate.
Is this
Yep.
is this for the circumstance of you're coming through and you
Through
want to
power
like
lines,
knock
yeah.
it loose?
So that oscillation will kind of contort that canopy.
Right, and hopefully it
that-
slides through.
Hopefully it slides
Yeah,
through.
so
and
you're
then
not falling the
feet
rest of the
together
way.
with the ground.
Yeah, so you really pencil dive it in.
Yep, exactly.
Trying to get through.
Yep,
Understood.
cool. And that's it. And then you hit the ground
Right on.
and do a good PLF. So
I can remember that. We got the releases here for
Yeah.
that. You got the cord if it doesn't come out, if you're
Yep.
not trailing the drag sheet thing down there.
yep,
These guys are up here.
yep.
You gotta look for tears and everything like that going on. And if you can pop them, pop it
Pop
here.
'em, yeah.
Otherwise, you're steering with this.
Yep, exactly.
And watch out for
Perfect.
trees and shit.
Too easy. Too easy.
Right on.
So you can stand up on that. I'll show you how to release here. So these are pretty easy. Let that fall back. So you're just gonna lift up.
Yeah, this one's
Yep.
a 2-step.
Yep, lift
Like
up
this
and
and
pull
then
down. Exactly. Perfect.
Got it.
Yep.
Got
Easy
it.
does it. All right, go ahead and step down. You can take off the harness and the helmet. Yep. Take this. Take that from me. And then finally, the PLF, the parachute landing fall. So
Yeah.
do you remember the 5 points of contact we talked about?
Feet, calves, thigh, butt, back,
Shoulder,
shoulder.
ish,
Yeah.
lat.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to drive my shoulder through the ground too much. So I'll have you start off with the bunny hop. So feet, knees together, knees driven together.
Yes.
Hands can't release assemblies, eyes on the horizon. Just give a nice little bunny hop. Keep your feet together and just kind of roll into it. There you go. Easy does it. All right, and then off the stool here. So feet 45-degree angle out.
Yes.
Eyes on the horizon, hands on my canopy release assemblies, jump. 5 points of contact. There you go.
A little less
Easy
graceful,
does
but
it.
yeah, that'll work.
Perfect.
All right.
Any other final questions?
Not really. It's just visualizing what all the latches are and specifically wrapping your head around what is happening.
Yep, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
holy crap, I just punched out of this jet.
Right.
What's happening?
Yeah.
So honestly, the only thing you need to remember is just, if I have a good canopy, I can pull those red toggles and I can steer, feet knee together, hit the ground. And then hopefully come back and have a beer.
And basically, if anything's not right, write it out as chill and best as you can and deal with shit on the ground as it comes.
There you go. Perfect. Too easy.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Can't shake too hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I broke, you can actually see it. That bone right there, I broke that bone. Oh, it's
What'd
so
you do?
painful. I think it's just working out.
Really?
I popped it, yeah. And it's, you know how they have those little bones right there?
I do.
And, oh,
The wrist is super
it's,
flat.
yeah. So I'm supposed to be wearing a brace, but no,
They call you Canopy or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Yeah, so I'll be flying tomorrow too. My first flight on the
Really?
flight. Yeah. Cool. Yep. So I'm flying in the morning, and then you guys are flying in the afternoon.
Yes.
You and
We're going up here.
Paul Wahlberg.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually, I'm going up today.
Oh, you were going today?
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going up the rest of the night.
Oh, nice. I know where those guys went.
We're at about good size.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I've got a buddy of mine who, speaking of history and the World War II reenactment stuff,
Yeah.
he's been jumping out of DC trees for fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool that they do that, actually. It's part
Yeah.
of that Conneaut giant reenactment thing in
Yeah.
Northeastern Ohio and whatnot.
I talked to a guy, we did some parachute training down in Lake Elsinore, California, and there's a guy that's out there, and he's a retired military guy, and he jumps into Normandy every year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'd
Keeping
love to do
history
that.
alive, it's all part of the
Yeah,
same thing.
and they have to have like all their own equipment, so they jump old round chutes.
Yeah,
And I'm
they
like,
do.
man, that is crazy.
Yeah, he's telling me all about it.
Yeah, that's really cool to do that still.
My grandpa liked it too. My grandpa was in the Pacific World War II, Battle of Okinawa, still around.
Yeah.
And I wondered how he would think about, my buddy doing all this. He's like, oh man, I feel so much better. There's actually some patriots and people who care still. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. Like we jump, I think the most we ever kick out of a plane is like 5 guys with a round chute. But the Army, man, they still do the mass mixes, and a couple, 50, 60 people at a time.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But yeah, we kind of got away from that because it's safety in the air.
I understand.
That kind of thing. So
For sure.
yeah, it's fun for sure. I enjoy it.
It's a beautiful day to fly.
It is. Yeah, it should be nice.
That's some clouds to make it interesting.
You know.
I got told we get to shoot Star Wars Canyon.
Oh really?
That sounds fun.
Nice.
By Death Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, man. Like I fly around 130s around here and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never been on a fighter.
Yeah. My
Different
great uncle.
dynamic, for sure.
My great uncle flew C-130s.
Oh, really?
He was, for instance, doing ECM officer in B-52s in the Cold War.
Okay.
And then F-4s in Vietnam, C-130s later, and then toward the end of his career, whatnot, he was doing flying refuel tankers.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I got a lot of time on 130s. So before I was a SEER specialist, I was a C-130 crew chief. So I wrenched on them. It's
sick.
all about 130s.
Yeah, exactly.
Spent too much time with those things, man.
yeah. Those things have evolved like crazy over time.
Oh yeah.
Is this up? No. Is that him? Yeah.
Cool. All right, you guys take it easy. Give me one of those. Hey man, have fun.
Thanks.